Okay, it is officially time for today's daily. Oh, the stretching of my back. Oh, the pain that it causes. Okay. Oh, man. So, yeah. Things, stuff, factors of the sort. Okay, basically all that I really wanted to be saying was I sort of wanted to talk about two different things, which first off was going to be driving. Only because of what happened a couple minutes ago while I was driving. No, I didn't get in a car accident or anything major. I was just annoyed. Very annoyed.
Fear not. I will make use of your corpse.
I'd rather you not make use of my corpse. To be quite clear. It is just the way that I feel. That seems good. Okay, but, If only I could remember what I was saying. Okay, we good. Because of what happened earlier, and then I wanted to recap on anime a bit, because I looked over, like, yesterday's daily, and I just didn't feel as if that I really got out as much as I wanted to be saying. There's a lot more that I was thinking of that I just didn't say. But first off, as I said, I wanted to start with stinking driving. Okay, so you know when you're on the highway, at least in America, I'm pretty sure it's probably the same, but the rest of the world too. When you're on the highway, and there's two lanes, there's two lanes. There's the right lane and the left lane. Usually trucks try to stay in the right lane. It's also most of the time the lane that's entering. Sometimes it is the left lane too, or like where like new cars enter the lane. And it's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles, where you're supposed to get out of the lane where cars are entering. The left lane is where you're supposed to pass people, or where you're going to try to increase your speed to pass people. The right lane is generally where you want to say if you just want to move at a consistent rate, or you don't want to pass people. Yeah, so if you get in the left lane, fucking pass people. So I just got out of my class, and then I get in my car, and I start to drive on the way here. We get on the highway, and I immediately get into the left lane because I'm always going pretty fast. Fast enough to where I'm constantly passing people. Well, not constantly, consistently passing people, and things like that. But then a car in front of me, they get in the left lane. Now, originally, the car in front of them only got in the left lane for the purpose of making room for us because we were getting on the highway in general, meaning that they had to move over just so that there wasn't any conflict. So they just were going to pass one car and then get right over, which is what they did. So at first I was like, okay, they didn't really want to be moving at a faster speed. They just kind of wanted to stay consistent. We kind of ruined that by getting in front of them, but that it's just the way that the cookie crumbles, whatever. But then the car in front of me, car that got in front of me, got in the left lane like when I did, was moving at such a slow rate that they were saying consistent with the other car. Consistent. They were not passing it. They were not being slower than it, but they were at the same lane. So I couldn't get in the right lane and pass through the right lane, and I couldn't pass through the left lane because both cars are right next to each other. That is not how you get in the left lane. So what I decided to do is I inched bit by bit closer and closer to this car, slowly but steadily increasing my speed by like 1 mile an hour, up until I'm on this car's ass. Okay, well, I don't like getting that close to cars, so I was a reasonable distance away, and they still were going at a slow rate. It took them forever and a half to get in the right lane. Like, there were several times where they could have got in the right lane. All they had to do was let me pass them and then get back in the left lane. You know what I do to people? Whenever I see that a car is going really fast behind me, I go over, and then they zoom by me, and then I go back over. But no, this person's too stupid. And they decided to... Ow. And they decided to just sit there. So, you know, I'm getting angry.
Respects to the dying.
And you know that until they eventually did get over, then I did.
I thank you for your service. To dirt you return.
So yeah, I'm. That's just what happened up until. Up until they got over. Then I passed them. And everything went, pretty okay from there. Excuse me?
A fleeting repose.
I love Renekton's kit. It's a wonderful thing.
We have eternity.
Like, what? I don't even...
How quick the turn from
Okay, but, yeah, but that happens and we get over. So, and, you know, everything goes yada-yada-do. So on and so forth. Really?
Isles remember.
So, what else was I trying to say? So then, yes, the next topic for discussion was anime. What? Now, as I said yesterday or 2 days ago, on Sunday, I watched a few different shows. One of them was My Hero Academia. The other one was Overlord, and then not quite. I can't quite remember what the last one is. One Piece. What is this random number? One Piece was one of them. And what else?
Damn you.
My Hero Academia, One Piece, Overlord.
I am the first and last of my order.
Hmm. Do you get that from getting your ult like that? That's kind of creepy.
What's one more grave?
Like, look at that. Look at that. That's a quarter of my HP with one thing. That is not alright.
See the maiden. She comes with you. To delay the end. Flesh torn. It is the end.
That's some pretty ominous and cool music when that's going on.
To most, life is it is Quagmire. I shall perform your rites.
Okay, now that I've officially, completely got off topic and, everything. So the things that I wanted to talk about, one, when it came to My Hero Academia, this is like the episode where Kachan was like, let's fight. Which I kind of expected to see, but still, I do find it kind of cool how that's happening now, and how the whole dynamic of them in general is kind of growing. And things like that, and I can't wait for the next episode to just see everything go down. When it come to like how not to summon a demon lord, I was just I knew that's how she was going to look like because of like the opening, like the outro and the intro and everything like that. But I was expecting them to like fight the actual demon lord first. He defeats the demon lord like instantly. It was something that they thought was going to be a giant battle of epic proportions, and then you're just like, nope, the demon lord got one shot. Something like that, and then everyone just like, what? Like, how did this come to pass?
The grave is your home.
Um, and but yeah, I was like summoning a demon lord. Damn it. That thing hit me. Okay, but actually, instead of going for that, I should go for this.
Legendary.
Too far to stay dead.
And yeah, I was really expecting him to like one-shot the Demon Lord, and then be like, "Hey, you turned into and like enslave her or something like that."
Rest in
But
my
nope, not what I got.
Ally has been slain.
Instead, I got that random as can be instantly turned into a demon girl. Still is the Demon Lord at like the same time.
welcome back.
And yeah, I just was not expecting it. And yeah, they just didn't do anything like I was really expecting them to accomplish. Wow, that hurts. That's not the ability I wanted to use.
Double kill.
Eulogy.
You have slain an enemy.
Damn it.
Preserve me.
Um and then finally the big one that I wanted to be talking about, Overlord. Yeah, I was really not expecting
An ally has been slain.
An unholy mark.
damn it. And so I was really not expecting them to go super torture, let's murder everything mode. But no, they did. They definitely did. And like the one person, a few of them went into just extreme torture. A few of them went into I don't know how else to describe it. Like just some people were immediately tortured, others went to more like just immediately murdered. Others just it was kind of insane, you know. I really wasn't expecting it. Like the old man's group got immediately taken out and the one dude got tortured. The one girl, like, they did really well. I mentioned before they did really good, like, making me want that last group to live and last group to really have everything go for them well. But then, you know, they just kind of just did whatever the heck they wanted in that last bit. And it was just and then they murdered the one person. Like, I felt so bad because, like, no, her family's in debt. Her two sisters, you monster. And just, oh, man, I just, oh. There were just so many things that I just wish that they like lived in those types of situations. Like I fell for that darn group, and then like the last group got eaten by bugs. Like I was expecting the other groups to die, but I don't know what I was expecting to happen to that last group because I saw that like he used paralysis and that he was stunning them, but then the next thing you know is like they ran out of nesting room, and then the last girl like painless death, and then her body was split up between everything. I was like ah, like I was just not expecting that. I was expecting things to go a little bit differently. But then, I guess he did bring up the fact that, like, they were doing it for money, but then, like, the main group themselves didn't do it for money. They did, but, like, they were also doing it for their comrades and everything, and it was like, oh, man, this is just painful. This is one of them to live, gosh darn it. But yeah, I talked about all the anime things that I wanted to. I get sidetracked a little bit, but I did actually finish up everything that I wanted to talk about, sort of for the most part. So, yeah, I am going to thank all of you for watching today's day, and then I'm going to bid you all adieu. Goodbye.